everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Sup Gorgeous, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a story about how I was treated like shit. Okay. So before I start this story and share with you all exactly why I stopped talking to members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity for about 3 years, I should preface it with two things. One, this is in no way about anyone that is a part of this fraternity, and I'm not in any way shaming or talking negatively about that organization. And secondly, this is more of like a causation correlation thing. I don't mean I literally went out of my way to stop talking to men that were part of this fraternity, but it definitely was like a, oh, you're in a fraternity? Which one? No, nigga! Type of reaction. So I say all that to say, don't come for me. This story takes place back in 2016. I was living in Miami, Florida, and I had just graduated college, and a lot of my friends were still around, and we were basically living kind of like this extended year of college, but we were all in South Florida and we were making money. One night, my friend, and for the sake of this story, we're gonna call her Sabrina. Sabrina hit me up and her boo was in town and he had a friend in town, and so she hit me up and was like, do you want to come out? And I was like, girl, I'm there. And we make our way down to their Airbnb and we link up. And for this story, we will call him Larry. Get to the Airbnb and I meet Larry, and everything is cool. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hit it off. Things are cool. He's giving me a little vibe. He's, I guess, cute or whatever. At the end of the night, we had a really good time. We exchanged numbers, and honestly, I don't think either one of us were like, let's make this a thing, like, let's date. But we definitely were like, yeah, if we ever link up again, or like if you're ever in Miami, or if I ever go to Philly, you know, let's link up. Cool, we started talking and I kind of started to like him, but like I said, it was never like a, oh, he's about to be my boyfriend type thing. Fast forward a few weeks. I don't know how this came up. It's probably now been about a month and a half, going on 2 months since the last time we've seen each other. Somehow Sabrina was like, let's pull up to Philly. And I was like, yes. So she lets her little boo know, who was living in DC at the time. She runs it by him. He's all here for it. He's down to meet us in Philly. I run it by Larry. Larry is with the shits, ready to meet us and like ready for us to come to Philly, and everything is golden. So we book our flights. I want to repeat that. We book our flights. Red flag number 1. I should say also during this time that I was beginning to think about moving out of Florida. I think I was on my like second interview with this company where it was around that they wanted me to interview around the time I was going to Philly. So I kind of made it work. I was like, oh, I can just do Philly in the weekend, take the train to New York, and do my interview on like Monday or Tuesday or whatever it is. I want to preface that not only was I going to Philly, but my plan was to go to New York right after that. I asked Larry ahead of time, as I was booking and rearranging my stuff, if I could stay with him, you know, one extra night. Sure, no problem, that's fine, like, we're all good to go. Cool, thanks. So you said. The weeks are coming up to our trip, or leading up to our trip, and the honeymoon phase is kind of over between Larry and I. I mean, we're not getting along, but we're also doing a lot of bickering. You know how you just are a little bit of tension where it's kind of like, we don't want to really talk anymore, but now I'm coming to Philly, and it's also like we don't hate each other type of thing. Nonetheless, Sabrina and I still decided to go. We hop our little selves on the plane, make our way to Philly, and we get there. Everything is fine at first. Like, really, I thought it was going to be awkward, but it was not awkward at all. They pick us up from the airport. We go and get breakfast. They go back to their hotel. Larry and I go back to Larry's apartment, and everything is fine. We're good to go until that night. That night, we all decided to go to a sushi restaurant, and everything seemed to be fine at first, and also even throughout, but When we all order full meals except for Larry. He orders a $13 Hennessy drink and orders $7 shrimp tempura. When the bill comes, if you know, I'm no math major, you know, but 13 plus 7 is $20. And typically when you go out to eat, I mean, there's tax and then there's tip. When the bill came, we all decided to split it. And Larry, who I'm sitting right next to, decides to pull out his wallet, take a $20 bill, throw it on the table, close his wallet, and put it back in his pocket. And Shirley, what are you doing? What I felt like was anti-problematic, like anti-confrontational, said, is that what you're gonna throw out? Unbeknownst to me, that was what catalyzed World War III. He grabs his wallet, takes another $5 bill out and throws it on the table, which honestly, if you ask me, I mean, dang, okay, I guess the rest of us will cover tip, but sounds good. He was just in a horrible mood for the rest of the night. And all of the hospitality, all of the positive energy that was earlier in the day was gone. And mind you, I did not know why. I did not know what I had said at that time. At that time was what was making him behave this way for the rest of the weekend. I think that night I kept asking, like, are you okay? Are you okay? But in the same respect, back then I was a party girl. So I was like, I'm in a new city, you know, all right, you and your feelings, bye. The next day we wake up and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he'll be in a little better of a mood. I ask him, does he want to go get breakfast? He tells me no. All right, well, can you take me to go get breakfast? And he's like, sure. And the rest of the morning, it's just really, really awkward. But finally, Sabrina and her boo come over and the awkwardness goes away. After Sabrina and her boo get to the house and they break the awkward tension, we go to the Philadelphia Zoo. And it is the same exact thing. Both of them like link up, and it's Sabrina and I. So it's Larry and his fraternity brother, Sabrina and I, and it's just so awkward. At this point, I still don't know what I have said or what that comment did to the weekend. I had no idea at the time. The zoo was really, really awkward. At that point now, Sabrina and her boo were having tension because it was for something completely separate. And the four of us just did all want to be together. We go to get cheesesteaks. Larry wants no part. Larry is in a bad mood the entire time. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to, he doesn't eat, he's a pescatarian, so he's not in the mood to eat that food anyways. At night rolls, Sabrina texts me and she's like, I'm over these guys. Let's just be by ourselves. Let's go out and explore. And I'm like, girl, I heard you. The next day comes and it's now Sunday, Sabrina's last day, but mind you, I have one more day because I'm going to New York the next day. We still wanted to go down there and just kind of explore the whole downtown Philly area, Liberty Bell, that type thing. I wake up, you know, thinking Larry is gonna want to do all of these things too, and he's like, I don't really want to do all that touristy stuff. Like, we've kind of been doing things for 2 days now. Like, I'm just over it. At this point now, I'm extremely mad and I'm just getting really frustrated, and we begin to argue. And we're arguing. He's kind of telling me that he doesn't want to do all this stuff. I'm telling him, you act like you didn't know that I was going to be here for like over a month now. It's not, at this point I'm realizing too that he just didn't have the money to pay for some of these things, even though what we were doing that day was 100% free. I was just arguing with him and I said, you're acting like you don't even want me here. And he tells me that it was what I said on Friday night that really made him upset at the sushi restaurant, and I had no place to say that, and XYZ. And I'm thinking, like, it's been this the entire time. Like, this is what made you mad the entire time. Why didn't you just tell me? And I'm literally acting shocked. I'm like, why didn't you just say? I had no idea that that made you upset. And I'm the type of girl in an person in an argument where I just will walk away. Like, I'm the hang up person. I'm the walk away from you in an argument. I'm the slam the door girl, because after a while I just don't want to hear it anymore. And the best way for me to just leave is to leave. So I got up, walked away, went into the bathroom, and just kept doing what I was doing. I just decided to make the best of the day. As I said, I was in a new city and I had never been to any of those things before, and I was like, I'm not about to let bad news bears over there ruin my day, as he's tried to ruin my entire weekend. Now time is starting to wind down. It's time for Sabrina to head to the airport in a few hours. So I'm like, girl, just come over to Larry's. You can chill there until the airport and it'll be fine. I hit up Larry, and of course I have a text message from Larry already. In the text it says, hey, what time are you coming back? I'm like, oh, funny you ask. We're actually on our way back now. And he hits me with the, where are you gonna stay?
Huh?
What do you mean, where am I gonna stay? He's like, where are you going to stay? And I am like, what are you talking about? He tells me, well, you said you're uncomfortable, you don't feel like you want me here, and so I don't want someone that feels like they're uncomfortable here to be staying here. Cool. We get in the car and we head over to Larry so I can go get my stuff, and he's just standing there watching me pack up my stuff and literally doesn't say anything and kicks us out. And we are just rolling down wherever he lives in Philly with our suitcases. Sabrina has all her luggage, I have all my luggage. We don't know where we are, and I'm not being dramatic at all. Like, no one I knew lived there. I couldn't just crash on someone's house. I had an entire trip to go to the next day. I literally remember feeling just so like low and so shocked. Like, I think I just felt so shocked over anything. I sent him a message and I basically was just like, kick rocks, I'm praying for you because you're clearly mental, and never spoke to him again. That was the reason why I stopped talking to members of Omega Psi Phi fraternity for about 3 years. Like I said, it wasn't that their fraternity did something to me, it was that this person who happens to be a part of this fraternity I had a negative experience with, and thus I was done with them all. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video made you laugh or smile. As I said, if you have a similar story, make sure you comment down below, and I will see you all in the next one.